Every abused kid feels fear.
What are you gonna do with that, fatty? Huh? Huh? That's what I thought.
Every abused kid wants to bark back.
He tried to kill him. You remember that? Huh? Do you remember? Because I fucking do. You little motherfucker! I don't fucking need you anymore. I'm not fucking helpless. Fuck you, man. You just slice your own fucking throat, bitch. Quit it. Quit it.
Cash, stop. Cash, relax. Stop it.
Relax, man.
Every abused little boy has that special girl who calms him down.
It's okay, Mommy. It's alright. It's alright, baby. It's alright. Shh. It's alright, baby. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
And every abused kid dreams of the day in which they are oppressed no more.
You.
Keep kicking him! Keep kicking him! Keep kicking him!
But for Victor Creed, this chance of revenge was stolen by someone completely unexpected. Victor looks down to see young James Howlett, defeatedly looking at the body of his dead father. As he then looks to Victor's father with an angry stare, the exact same stare that Victor's father gave him every time he was going to give him or his mother hell. And in a moment of hatred-filled revenge, sharp claws start to protrude from in between James's knuckles. The angry young boy had let out the most blood-curdling scream. And the naive young boy who everyone thought was the most innocent out the bunch ran over to Victor's father and penetrated him with his claws. A deserving pain that ended his abusive reign. When confronted by Victor outside on why James did this, James begged and pleaded, saying that he never meant it. But Victor wasn't out for revenge that day. He had been thinking of that day for months. And he told James, he had it coming. You did what he deserved. But the rest of their home, they never favored their new gifts that they had. It made them look like demons. Well, that's what Victor's father saw every time he tortured Victor in order to quote-unquote fix him. From this point onward, Victor believed that James was probably the only person he could trust. As now James knows Victor's suffering. As everywhere Victor went, all he saw were judgmental, merciless glares. Stares from eyes that were cold as stone, and all they ever did was degrade him. He never chose to be like this, but it's not like any one of them cared. We gotta get out of here, James. Where are we supposed to go? A place in which all men become beasts. From the nothingness that they were, the two had managed to train themselves just enough to get into the army, a contract that had sold their souls forever, as their hearts just kept getting blacker, as life after life had perished at their very hands. The guilt had overwhelmed James, drowned him in sorrow, but Victor always gave in to these animalistic urges.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
These men are feral creatures, Striker. General, that's the point I'm trying to make here. Do you want them to let loose? They're on our side. What could stop us? That's a real big if there. Replicate their circumstances, we can have a whole army of them. Have you gone insane? Our enemies will crumble before us. Look, may I speak with them? Your funeral, Colonel. We then cut to a mercilessly dark room, as we now see James and Victor aged up. When did you become so inhuman? You ain't seen the rest of the world? Just because they're pricks, it doesn't mean we have a right to be too. Keep thinking like that, and everyone's going to turn their back on you. Victor, not everyone is out to get you. That's the thing. You never know until it's too late. As the jail door opens, a blinding light follows, as Colonel William Stryker enters the cell. Gentlemen, the hell are you supposed to be? A job opportunity. Count me out then. Mr. Howlett, if you knew what was at stake, I won't spill any more innocent blood. Cut the lies, man. We're just pawns to you. My son, you are more than just that meaningless chess piece. That's how they hide who they really are at the beginning. Crazy to believe the nicest people on earth could also be the worst. I understand how hard it is to trust people, Mr. Creed. The scars always fade, but the effect remains permanent. What's that supposed to mean? Ease up, bub. I could never understand what it is to live in fear. I can't understand your lives at all, to be honest. I have a son. He's just like the both of you. Bullshit. I wish it was. What? Are you ashamed? Are you embarrassed of him or something? Nah, quite the opposite. It kind of brings out the child in you, you know? You men are the figments of people's imaginations. Only sad part is, everyone sees us as merciless creatures that deserve to be locked up. It's not like we can control it. So what makes them so gutless? I don't know. And I hope I never do. The boys are then introduced to William Stryker's medic that he has on these missions. Her name is Kayla. Needless to say, she was pretty clumsy. Sorry. I sometimes wonder why I got this job, to be honest. Don't worry, kid. You know you're the best there is at what you do. And you are? Kayla, I'm his medic. Are you sure she belongs near a battlefield?
Hey! I'm really important!
Oh, sure you are. You should see all the casualties that we have. They say she's like medicine. Well, I hope she never operates on me then. How about you try getting your first aid certificate? Pipe down, kid. You're not that special. Victor lay far away from everyone, witnessing the whole scene unfold right in front of him. Untrusting of the two that he had just met. He didn't want to be that helpless little boy that he used to be. But his whole life it was so hard to avoid that type of abuse. Everybody in the world wore the face of the man that pulled out his very teeth. He then looked at the attractive young woman, so innocent and full of love, with eyes that mirrored that of her eyes. The woman that had always come to comfort him, even after all the abuse that his beautiful mother endured. Nice to meet you, she said unexpectedly, as Victor looked on shocked. The words he said echoed in his mind. Even the nicest people could be the worst in the end. He kept distant from her for quite an extended period of time. Hey, bub, don't be so rude. Did you just forget what you've been saying for the past 5 minutes? At least I'm actually socializing. Gentlemen, there's a war coming. One that we can't stop. And you could lose everyone you love. We don't love anyone, just each other. We no longer have anyone to lose. Even if we did, I'd let you put the final bullet in him. That dirtbag never knew what love was. We'll fight so that way the world doesn't take you from each other. As they hear this, both men come to a sad realization. And in that moment, they decide to be hard again. Hard so that way no one can ever touch them.
That's what she said.
Michael, please.
There he is.
Please.
There he is. Come on.
When the sun rises, I wake up and chase my dreams. I won't regret when the sun sets, 'cause I live my life like I'm a beast.
Some men just don't have the restraint of others. All it takes is a little push in the bad direction. Before you know it, you're dealing with a feral creature. And this beast disfigures all innocent boys into feral beasts that can't be tamed. And one of those innocent boys now is giving everything he has. Isn't he younger than you? You should have seen his first kill. He even scares me sometimes. Won't he hate being told that? Jimmy's a lot of things, but being deluded to the truth isn't one of them. He knows what the whole world thinks of him. Trust me. He might hate being called that, but it's not like he can do anything about it. People are going to say what they want to say. There's nothing we can do to stop it. But even freedom of speech has to have its limits. It's not like we chose to be born with these powers. I'm sorry, Victor. It's not like that sorry's going to do anything. Honest, Colonel? Just be happy you're not like us. Logan then arrived, disgusted and guilt-ridden over what he had done. To which Stryker tried to break the tension by cracking a joke. Well, I'm glad we're not his enemies.
Am I right, boys?
Yeah, whatever, man. It was all out of self-defense, buddy. You never had a choice. I should have done better. Should have been better. You should have kept me in that cell, Colonel. For a colored person, all John Wraith saw was cells when he was growing up. Don't understand you folk. I don't even know why you'd want to go back there.
You know what? Let me give you my statistical analysis. You going to San Quentin, there's a 100% chance that you're going to be somebody's bitch. 10 years of this. You know what that is? That's a big-ass black man on your pale white ass. You, no, I don't want any more. Stop, that's enough. Too late, he done tagged the next guy in. That's like a rabbit. You don't want him no more, so now here comes the guy that wants to rub your face. Oh, I like his hair. He's breathing on you. That's disgusting. Good luck on survival, sir. Better luck on handling yourself.
You didn't need to make it disgusting. Ain't disgusting if it's the truth. Enjoy your privileges, man. You're probably the only white guy I know that deserves it. What? My rep doesn't count for anything anymore? Not so much. Your taste has expired, Rusty. Blackberry over here wants another guy chewing on him. Johnny, you absolute prostitute. I mean, he definitely has more muscle than the both of you combined. Overshare, gentlemen. I think I've heard enough. Kayla chuckled at her chaotic friends that she had just made, to which she then turned to see Victor, off in the shadows, far away from everyone else. The past experiences with his father had made him believe that everyone around him was nothing more but an untrustworthy monster. James was the only exception of someone he could trust. Victor's immense anger had made him believe the worst in the most unexpected people. People like Rusty and Julio. But who are they harming in the end?
No! Not like this, you sexy, scruffy man. Excuse me, little girl. Live! Live! Clear! Oh, thank God. That was a close one.
What happened?
We almost lost you there, big guy. I can't let you go dying on me. We're just getting started. Here, I brought you your tights and everything.
Oh,
Now you're getting it. Come on, let's go rub our butts on some glass. Hey, fellas.
Please stop associating me with your butt cheeks.
Logan, play his theme song. It's hilarious. Hey, where you going?
just ignore him.
Because I'm Batman.
Okay, now that's just too far.
Why do you hate people so much? Don't get confused. People hate me. I hate them for hating me. I don't hate you. That's what they all say. You can trust me. Sure about that? Of course. Truth is, it's always the nice ones that are the worst in the end. Kayla is hurt by the words themselves. 128 years, and in all those years, I had never seen anyone be as kind to you as she is. Victor, would you just lighten up? Don't be easily swayed by the words of others. We're here to protect each other. That's it. It ain't 1845 anymore, bub. Different time, same people. She's just like the rest of them. That's enough. Don't compare her to the dirtbags we know of. Go cool it. I'm putting you in a timeout. Whatever you say, boss. James, or Logan, turns to Kayla, rather ashamed. He's like that with everyone. Don't worry, he'll change. Eventually. He's kind of cute. I mean, he doesn't see you like that. Excuse me? She's in denial too? Maybe you're as beastly as he says. Go look at your own hygiene, sideburns. Not all monsters have to be dirty. Just get a room, the two of you. Stryker then confronts Victor about this whole thing. You know you don't gotta be afraid, right? I'm not afraid of anything. You sure about that? When you can't be killed, fear just becomes a liability. I know childhood must have been rough, but it doesn't mean you just take it out on people like her. You've seen how people are towards me and James. I'm very choosy with who I trust. I'll choose her. She is a good choice. It takes a lot more than just kindness to prove it. You have to mean it. And she ain't shown it to you? I'm not being vulnerable with anyone. Least of all you. I'm just here to protect my brother before the next freak gets his hands on him. Whatever you say. But prep for a world of hate. Because people like her are hard to find. Both turn to see the group playing charades. Fred Dukes is trying to impersonate someone. Kayla herself is trying to guess who it is. To which she then screams out,
Core! The whole set went dead.
Yeah.
Silent. I mean,
Yeah.
you could hear a pin drop. And I was like, too much?
Yeah. If it's any consolation, that's usually what I yell out during charade. Whore! No, snowman. Oh, all right. Next game. Whore!
Both Pete Wisdom and Douglas Ramsey are surprised at this. They didn't think Kayla would have such a dirty mouth. Victor is somewhat amused. Looking at the girl again, he did see a version of his mother. Blooming with innocence, the one lotus flower in a swamp full of dread. The prettiest thing that you could find in that damn ugly place. But the price of such a kind heart is sometimes a hefty one in this ugly world that we live in. And Kayla found herself in a rather tight spot one day on a mission that she was doing. She was basically trying to get all the wounded people to safety. She managed to rescue everyone, but she got shot in the process. It wasn't so long before all the enemies were upon her. Logan and Victor were doing their own mission at the time, but once they heard that Kayla was in trouble, they rushed towards her without hesitation. They hacked and skewed the rest of the enemies themselves in order to make sure that their friend wasn't armed. Though, after this, Victor was knocked unconscious for a brief period in time by one of the soldiers that managed to get a lucky hit in. But to the shock of both Logan and Victor, Kayla grabbed a gun from one of the enemies and proceeded to cripple everyone that managed to try to attack Victor. She never killed them. She never had the heart to do so. But But she stopped them dead in their tracks. But once she saw this, she kind of fainted out of shock. Both Logan and Victor rushed her back to the HQ. Both men saw her unconscious in bed. Logan was rather worried, and Victor saw a vision of his mother, lying down in that exact same helpless spot every time his father laid the beat down. I'll admit, I never thought she could do that. Do what? I thought the recoil of that gun was going to fling her backward. I bet you like her now, don't you? She saved your life. I never needed saving. My judgment still remains the same. Don't be such a buzzkill, Victor. I won't be heartbroken again, James. Everyone around us is just the same. They all just want us for our powers. They just see us as beasts. We don't gotta prove that right by being rude to those who are willingly kind to us. Kayla then wakes up to see both men at her side. She joyfully asks Victor, "Did you save me?" A look of peace overcomes Victor. But then he returns back to his stoic manner. Well, I can't take all the credit. He leaves Kayla and Logan together. Well, looks like I was right. About what? Come on, sweetheart. You know you don't belong anywhere near a battlefield. My aim is so much better than yours.
Know your role and shut your mouth!